show you what I got going. I have a Insta360 X3 camera here with a hood on it. I'm going to go ahead and remove that hood and start that camera. And that's going. We'll tuck that hood away in my little pouch. I'm going to come to the other end of this and find another Insta360 camera. Flip it over so I can see it. I'll start it and take the hood off of it and tuck away the rubber cap to it. So now I have two Insta360 cams going, my chest cam going, and this is a double selfie stick joined at the middle by a double male 1/4-20 threaded insert. It's like a tripod adapter, and that makes this about an 18-foot selfie stick. I got about 9 feet at each end, maybe only 16. I didn't do the last extension, so let's say 8 feet front and back, 16 feet. And why in the world would you want to ever do that? Well, I made this with the intention of, on the back, and this is the back right now, that camera there, with the intention of putting some bomb fins, or which are like tail feathers, and using just a single camera in the front as kind of the lead tip of the arrow. So that whole thing would be kind of sailing into the wind and be a very stable selfie stick to hold, ideally allowing you to put your hands in a more natural position and not to be fighting with just a single selfie stick that's all cantilevered off the front wrist, where you have to put a lot of energy into keeping that thing up, and if it sails, trying to kind of right it. I tried my 3D printed tail fins, and it was actually kind of counterproductive, because you want the selfie stick to actually be coming off your hip or your shoulders at a little bit of an angle so that the tip's in front of you. And what that does is it puts you, the rider, out of the stitch line, meaning if you have the thing right in front of you, the hemispherical fisheye lenses on the camera actually are at its worst right along what's called the stitch line, because those two lenses go to, I think, 2 different sensors and give you a hemispherical view of the world. You stitch those together into one spherical 360 degree view of the world, and then edit and post where you wanted to have aimed the camera, rather than going like this where I have to aim the camera at what it is that I want to frame. So in any event, the tail fins were kind of a bust, and luckily what I had done before I printed the tail fins was I added just another collapsed selfie stick at the end that made a kind of counterbalance weight, and that actually was a very well balanced and well behaved double selfie stick. Then I remembered, oh hey, I have a camera that I crashed and scratched the lens on. It's this back one here, and it's got one good lens and one compromised lens, but it records just fine. And I got thinking, hey, as long as I have a whole bunch of selfie stick poking out behind me, why not put a camera there, and then I could have that capture what's in front of me, which is my backside. But nonetheless, now I'm getting a more complete view of the world from 2 different camera perspectives. Not only that, but I can copy the footage from the front camera, and I can have a front camera facing backwards at me and the front camera facing forward in a different clip. So it kind of shows where I'm going. This back one's main purpose is to show what's in front of it, which is me riding, but it can also show what's behind me. So if there's riders behind me or riders in front of me, I can capture that, or I can get the footage of the front camera coming back to my face, or the back camera going up to my backside. So I have 4 things to edit So what's going to be critical here is that once all these cameras are going, is that I use the clicker, and the question is, oh, okay, it's here. I'm like, there's so many things to remember, but basically now that everything's running, I can do that, and that should get picked up in both of those cameras, and the microphone that I have on my chest, and the camera, which I'm now going to just go ahead and clip to my chest. And normally you might not include any chest cam footage because it's always going to have the selfie stick in it, as long as I have this big ass selfie stick with me. But because this is kind of a video documenting the trial run of the double selfie stick, I'll go ahead and do that. And without further ado, I'm gonna carefully pick this up because my cameras, the lenses on them are exposed. I'm gonna raise this up over my head and use my left hand to hold this. My wheel is on and just needs to self-balance after having been parked for a little bit. And now what I'm gonna do is just go for a ride and see how well behaved this thing works. So I'm in this park, which is behind the Bolsa Chica wetlands. It's where Sea Point comes off of the ocean and ends up meeting Garfield. And it's usually just kind of abandoned because cars can't get into it right now because of this little gate up ahead. So it was just a nice place to kind of stage the early part of this run. I did it before, but I wasn't able to synchronize my cameras. I got to get tight here, thread the needle. That's why I brought the clicker, because Premiere Pro does a really good job of syncing videos, provided you've got good audio. And I had some weak audio on some of this. So this is not really what you'd call a trail or an off-road bit, but it's dirt, and I just wanted to go ahead and get a little something different than just asphalt in the shot. And what I'm seeing, and what you may be noticing, is that there's a lot of flex in these selfie sticks. And it's not all that horrible, but I do want to try to get a couple more robust selfie sticks. And if there is any bend in it, I want to position the cameras so that the arch of the bent selfie stick is in the stitch line and it wouldn't show. So I'm a little preoccupied when I go through fence posts and stuff where I could whack one end of the selfie stick, so kind of slowed down there. But I'm going to go ahead and say that that's kind of enough of that off-road stuff. Do a nice wide U-turn, and there's really no problem handling this selfie stick at these speeds because it weighs as much in the front as it does in the back. It doesn't want to really, twist or contort. So let's get up to about 40 and see if that changes anything. Okay, again, remarkably well behaved. Now I'm gonna go back up and through this gate, and again, I just am being a little bit, more careful than usual when I'm around something that could destroy one of the cameras. And we'll see what's happening up here. So, one of the things that may not be obvious at first, but when you've got a big long selfie stick it is, it's really hard to get good audio if that's the only camera and microphone that you have, because the microphone is literally so far away from you that you can't hear yourself. So what I've got is these DJI wireless mics, and the DJI camera itself that's on my chest is really amazing in terms of the wind control. And hang on. Wow, did I forget to start that camera? I gotta pull over and check this, or I gotta do this whole thing over again, which would be very annoying. But what I'm seeing is what could be a good place to just set the wheel down and set the selfie stick down. Okay, wheel is going into that mode. I know those cameras are going, but I didn't see, I might have forgotten to have turned this camera on. Okay, well, I don't know what the hell happened to my DJI Action Osmo Action 4, but it's not working now. It's the least important camera in this mix, because I really wanted to get the footage from the front and rear Insta360 X3 cameras, but it's kind of disappointing. I can't seem to be able to diagnose whatever the hell is wrong with this camera. So in any event, on with the show. I'm gonna make a big wide turn here because I know I got some cars behind me. See if I can make it through the equestrian park unscathed, and then cruise back through Central Park. Okay. So now let's see what we got here. We got one car here and no cars across the way. So we can jump in here. Oh, try to avoid horses. They can get spooked with these things around. So if you see them, go the other way or just stop. So this is a different path than I normally take. I'm wondering if there's a little connector over here that still avoids the horses. So yeah, pretty disappointing to have that DJI camera not working. I don't know if by some accident I left a battery going, the camera on, and the battery's drained. If there's some kind of a corrupt file system. It's got pedals. Of course, there's got to be a Karen in here. Okay, so we will get off the trail so that these kids don't get spooked. And we'll thread the needle, avoid some of the dog walkers. And I'm going to look ahead on that, it's not a suspension bridge, I don't even know what to call it, just that little wooden deck pathway, because I would like to not have to pass pedestrians with an 18-foot selfie stick in my hand. So I can see some people are kind of finishing up over there. And I will time it so that, oh shoot, somebody's just starting to go across. So, what the heck? We can go by and look at some ducks. And, you know, do a little circle here. The other thing I can do is just go super crazy slow across. Oh wait, it looks like whoever was on it actually pulled up, so maybe I can somewhat fearlessly go ahead here. So let's see how this is going to work out. Oh, there is another person on it, but we should be able to figure this out. Hey, puppy. Okay, so I guess there's enough room for us all here. Okay, so that might be the only place where we really have to worry about, you know, pedestrians and running into other people. Provided we don't get hit with an errant frisbee golf shot, which would be its own kind of interesting. Yikes. Okay, so we are beyond that danger. It's easy to miss this turn if you're hauling ass and aren't paying attention. Okay, so my guess is I just missed this light, unfortunately, because it could be a long ass light. Shit. Well, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We are going to come up here and then dive down into the forest. Thread the needle between the trees. Try not to whack a tree or a golden doodle. No wackadoodles, you know what I mean? Okay. Yep, we're just going to ride this thing back to the shop and see if we can diagnose the DJI camera. Let's just do a little off-roading here so the people don't get too freaked out. Same thing for the ducks. They don't know which way to go. Looks like I'm photobombing a wedding or something here. Put a rock in the middle of this thing, maybe to slow people down? Who would be going fast around here and need to be slowed down? I know of no such creature. Okay. Friggin' girl's looking up at the sky rather than where the hell she's going. I'm going to come over here and avoid more scooter babies. And see what it takes to get across Gothard to where then I only really have Slater to contend with on the ride to the shop. Okay, I may have to go on the sidewalk all the way to the corner because I got some traffic up here. We're gonna do it the weird way. Zigzag our way back behind these cars in order to get a clean right turn onto Slater here. Okay. Oh shit. Fuck, dude. Guy waves while he's rolling into the fucking street. Dude, get a clue. Okay. What is this guy doing? Okay. So